We do have clarity with the Carlos Beltrán situation. He is out as Mets manager. He has decided, there's a couple reports. One that, one that he is basically, Tim Brown from Yahoo came out saying that Carlos Beltrán informed the Mets that he thinks it's in the best interest of the organization for him to step down as Mets manager. So Carlos Beltrán is out as Mets manager. Hinch gone, Lunau gone, Cora gone.
Wow.
Now Carlos Beltrán is out as Mets manager, and that's really going to dominate the conversation the rest of the way here on WFAN. How do you feel as a Met fan? And now we have some clarity about 90 minutes after they named Mike Piazza Drive and 90 minutes after we heard from Jeff Wilpon and Mike Piazza down there in Port St. Lucie. We were looking for some clarity. It was a leak story going out to multiple media members. Passon, Rosenthal, Martino, all have it now that Beltrán is done as Mets manager.
I think this is a mistake. I do. I think this is a mistake for the Mets, and we should tell you that WFAN Breaking News is powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by the Mercedes Sprinter from Mercedes-Benz. Carlos Beltrán is out as the manager of the Mets. He is stepping down. I don't like this. I think it's a mistake. I mean, unless we find out more, right? And we find out that maybe Beltrán was untruthful with the Wilpons or with Brodie Van Wagenen, well, then that would change things. But Moose, in terms of just that one line about his involvement with this scandal, I don't think it meant that the Mets had to fire him. I really don't. And let's be honest, part of the reason and part of the appeal of Carlos Beltrán was the way that he was able to pick up on other teams' tendencies and the fact that he was really good at spotting other teams' deficiencies. Was this involvement with the Astros scandal taking over the line? It was. But was it to a degree where you felt like the positives he would bring you as a manager, this scandal was too much to overcome? I just did not think that Carlos Beltrán's role rose to the threshold here that you needed to fire someone who has not managed one game for you.
Well, but we're going to learn more and more about the decision and why they came to the decision as this went along. This was not succumbing to public pressure because there was not public pressure. This was a Mets decision that it felt like it took them forever to finally get to, but they finally got to it. And, maybe it's a case where it was Beltrán going to them and saying, this is just not going to be good here moving forward. He twisted in the wind for the past few days. The Mets said nothing. Wilpon refused to address it when they were naming a road after Mike Piazza earlier today. Finally, we get news coming out. Maybe Beltrán felt uncomfortable here moving forward. Maybe it was just an agreement to part ways, and we're mincing words and mixing words in terms of Beltrán saying, I'm stepping down as Mets manager. I think I have no issue. I really don't. I don't think it's a terrible decision. If the Mets went in and said, we're uncomfortable with you being our manager moving forward and with you being the face of this franchise moving forward, based on what we know now, I have no issue with the Mets making that decision. I really don't.
Listen, we're going to find out.